You are born in a private clinic in Monterey. Your father, or the man you believe is your father, reserves the entire east wing of the building. 15 men with rifles guard every entrance, looking at the nurses with eyes that have forgotten how to blink. The doctor who brings you into this world gets paid more for this single delivery than he would make in a year of honest work. Your first cry is muffled by the sound of popping French champagne bottles in the hallway. By the time you are 4 days old, there is already a corrido, a song with your name, circulating on the local radio stations. You didn't choose this life, but it chose you before you could even breathe. Your childhood unfolds in a hacienda that is less a home and more a sovereign state. There is a colonial chapel, stables with purebred horses, and a private zoo where Siberian tigers pace in golden cages. You have everything a child could dream of, except for one thing, the possibility of being normal. You don't go to school. The teachers come to you. You don't play with neighbors. You play with the children of your brother's most trusted lieutenants, kids who look at you with a strange mixture of absolute devotion and contained terror. They know who you are, even when you don't. The man you call Hermano is 25 years older than you. The media calls him El Fantasma. The DEA calls him a priority target. He is affectionate when he's present, ruffling your hair with hands that have ordered the deaths of hundreds. But there is a perpetual distance in him, a dimension that remains inaccessible. Your first clear memory involves the men. They are always there. Men with radios, men with guns visible under their shirts, men who straighten up their spines the moment your brother crosses the threshold. They call you young sir when you are barely 7 years old. At 9 years old, you ask the inevitable question, "Hermano, what exactly do you do?" He smiles, sipping a $10,000 scotch. "We are in logistics, muchacho. We manage import and export operations for things the government is too stupid to handle. We provide for the people they forgot." You want to believe him. You need to. But you've already seen the suitcases. You've heard the whispered conversations in code. You've seen the way the local police chief bows his head when he enters your dining room. You learn early on that in this world, power isn't requested. It's exercised. Your education is a study in brutal contradictions. On one hand, your brother obsessively insists on your academic training. "You have to be smarter than me," he says. "I learned by crashing against reality. You will learn from books." You master English and Mandarin by the age of 12. You study advanced mathematics, macroeconomics, and world history. But in the afternoons, you absorb lessons that no book contains. You learn that total trust is a dangerous form of naivety. You learn that loyalty has a price, and betrayal has a permanent consequence. At 16, he hands you the keys to a European SUV that costs more than 3 average houses. And then, he hands you a semi-automatic pistol. "The vehicle is for you to enjoy," he says. "The weapon is for you to survive. One moves you through the world. The other keeps you in it." You learn to shoot at a private range on the property. You are exceptionally skilled. But every time you hold the cold steel, you think about its real purpose. It isn't for sport. It's for the day the walls of the palace aren't enough. Act 4, The Architect of Lies. In your early 20s, you meet the man who really runs the empire, the accountant. He is a thin man with perpetual anxiety in his eyes, wearing designer glasses and never separating from his laptop. Your brother treats him with a reverence he doesn't even show his top commanders. "This man is worth more than 1,000 gunmen," your brother explains. "The ones who execute are necessary, but the one who knows where every cent is, and how to move it without leaving a trace, that man is irreplaceable." One afternoon, the accountant explains the machinery to you. "Imagine your brother sells oranges," he says, adjusting his glasses. "But he can't report the profit from those oranges because the government asks uncomfortable questions. So, I create restaurant chains that only exist on paper. I buy gas stations that never pump gas. I build residential developments that stay empty. I make the money from the oranges look like it came from those businesses." It's a financial choreography so complex that even the tax authorities lose the rhythm. Then he tells you the truth that haunts you. "We have so much cash that it literally rots. We lose millions every year because the physical paper currency decomposes from humidity in our warehouses. It is dead money until I give it a soul." When you are 24, your brother is away in Europe. You find yourself in the restricted wing of his office. Behind a false shelf of rare books, you find his private floor safe. You enter your birth date as the code. It clicks open. Inside isn't gold or cash. It's a leather-bound folder labeled Culiacan 2008. You open it and the air leaves your lungs. It's a police file. Photos of a modest house riddled with over 200 bullet holes. A father executed at the dinner table. A mother shot 12 times in the back while shielding a crib. The report says there were no survivors, but pinned to the back is a Polaroid taken by a hitman. It shows a toddler hiding in a closet, clutching a plastic red car. The boy has a crescent-shaped birthmark on his neck. You touch your own neck, the room spins. The man you call brother, the man who gave you the tigers and the Wagyu and the Patek Philippe, is the man who slaughtered your parents. He didn't save you out of love. He took you as a trophy. He raised the son of his enemy to be his most loyal servant. Every luxury you ever owned was a payment toward his own rotting conscience. You don't scream, you don't cry. You've been raised by the ghost, you've learned how to become one. You wash your face, put the file back, and walk out. For the next year, you play the perfect heir. You dive deeper into the business. You take over the financial wing, working with the accountant to move billions. Your brother is proud. He thinks his legacy is safe. He doesn't realize that while he taught you how to shoot, the accountant taught you how to erase a man's entire life with a keyboard. You realize the surreal nature of your existence. Officially, you are a young real estate developer with corporate offices in Mexico City. But behind that facade, you are the CEO of a multinational corporation that deals in human suffering. Your competitors don't sue you. They eliminate you. Your 25th birthday. You are at his villa in Cabo San Lucas. The ocean crashes against the cliffs below. It's just the two of you. He has dismissed the security for a family dinner. He pours you a glass of the finest scotch. I look at you, he says, staring at the horizon, and I know I can finally rest. You are exactly like me. My blood, my soul. You pull out the suppressed 9mm, the one he gave you to survive. We aren't the same blood, Mateo, you say softly. He freezes. He knows that tone. He knows the sound of a safety being clicked off. He doesn't turn around immediately. He is a predator. He recognizes the moment the prey becomes the hunter. I found the file, you whisper. I know about the closet in Culiacan. A long silence follows, filled only by the sound of the waves. He slowly turns around. There is no fear in his eyes. There is only a strange, twisted pride. I wondered when you'd find it, he says. If you don't pull that trigger, you're not the man I raised you to be. If you do, then my work is complete. I have turned my enemy's son into my own reflection. What? The sound is barely a whisper. The man who destroyed your world and then rebuilt it in his own image falls to the marble floor. His blood mixes with the $10,000 scotch. You stand over his body. You don't feel free. You take his master phone, use his thumbprint to unlock it, and within minutes, the empire is yours. You send the message. The ghost is gone. I am here. You look at your reflection in the dark glass of the window. You see the expensive suit. You see the cold eyes. You see the way you hold the gun. You avenged your parents. But to do it, you had to use his money, his methods, and his coldness. You killed the monster, but in doing so, you inherited his cage. You are the boss's son. You were born in a palace that is simultaneously a prison. You have absolutely everything except genuine freedom. Every day you survive is simply another day in a sentence that began the day you were born and will inevitably end the day you die. This is your immovable truth. You are the prince of a kingdom nobody in their right mind would want to inherit. And the darkest part? You don't even know if you want to leave anymore, because this blood-stained world is the only one you've ever known.